lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to getting the thing to pass.
Remember, America, you've been called stupid by someone involved in the creation of Obamacare. And to put it bluntly, it's tough to argue, seeing as the more people dig, the more they discover about what's in this law and how Nancy Pelosi was dead on in telling people we have to pass it and then find out what's in it. And what we're learning is more penalties and fines than anyone would have imagined, and we continue to elect the same people. Welcome back to Midpoint. Former Deputy Secretary for the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, now President of the American Health Policy Institute, Tevi Troy. Tevi, good to see you again.
Hey, thanks for having me. I appreciate being on.
So, Tevi, do you feel stupid?
Well, I don't feel stupid, nor should the American people feel stupid, but I think Dr. Gruber is the one who's feeling stupid these days because of the way his comments have revealed the distortionary efforts that the Obama administration engaged in to pass this costly law and tried to fool the American people, but we are not being fooled.
But should we be even surprised that we've seen this not once, not twice, but now I believe 3 times from Jonathan Gruber, where he has basically said the same thing? We heard what Nancy Pelosi said years ago. We have heard you can keep your doctor. We have heard you can keep your plan. We have heard all these things. So should we not be surprised at all that this has been a farce from the very first moment? This has been an underhanded method to get something passed that if you gave it the actual light of day look that it needed, no logical person in their right mind would vote for this.
Well, actually, that's a great question. And let me give you an example on this. My institute, the American Health Policy Institute, just put out a study on the Cadillac or the excise tax, and we had 3 major findings. One is that the excise tax is an indirect way of going about what they were trying to accomplish. Number 2 is that it is going to affect individual Americans, even though it seems to be put upon the employers and not on the employees. And third is that it's going to affect more and more Americans over time. If you look at the Gruber videos, he corroborates all of those findings. That was intentional. All 3 of those things were intentional. They were trying to be misleading. They wanted it to hit employees while looking to hit employers, or looking as if it hit employers, and they recognized that it was going to hit more and more people over time.
Tevi, where's the payoff in this, though? Because if somebody undertakes some sort of fraud, no matter what it is, whether it's in politics, money, whether it's trying to beat somebody at a shell game, there's an end game. You want to get some money, you want to pay off some favors, you want to get somebody behind you. What is President Obama's end game then? What was it? What do you think it is in pushing this forward?
Well, I mean, if you listen to Gruber, the end game was some kind of redistribution of resources within the healthcare system. He said, and the idea is that you couldn't just let people know that healthy and better off people were going to be paying lower income people. And in fact, in one of the more offensive Gruber videos, he says there are racial reasons why we had to be misleading in our approach. So he's all too happy to ascribe these motives to the American people. I think what we've seen are Gruber's motives, and it's not a pretty sight.
Are there payoffs here that people are getting under the table, or is this just flat out socialism at work?
Well, Gruber's clearly getting some payoffs. I mean, he was paid $400,000 by the federal government, and if you count the state contracts, we're looking into the millions. So he comes up with this complicated scheme, and then he says, I'll decipher it for you and you'll pay me money. So there's certainly some payoffs in that regard, and that's not pretty either.
But is this, again, going back to, and I know this has been heard a million times, but is this just somebody's idea that, damn it, this company's going to be socialism if I've got to shove it through, if I've got to do whatever I can? Is it just that simple? Because nothing ever seems that easy.
Look, they had some ideas of where they wanted to take the American healthcare system. And if you look at the Obama video from 2006, where he talked about the people he's liberally stealing ideas from, including Jonathan Gruber, I mean, these are not new ideas. But once they got into power and they saw how difficult it was to get a CBO score that would pretend that this law was not that would pretend that this law was budget neutral. Once they saw that the American people didn't actually like what they were trying to do, then they said, well, we have to engage in some kind of underhanded approach in order to get this through. And that's what the Gruber videos really reveal, and that's the real shock here.
I only got about 15 seconds left, but isn't it tough for the American people to say, gee, maybe we are stupid, or maybe we're not? It would seem to be tough after you hear all this.
Yeah, look, I have great strength and faith in the abilities and the wisdom of the American people, and I think over time their ideas will prevail.
All right, and we're going to find out here, 2015, the new Congress, and everything starts to go into work. I'm sure we'll be talking again. Tevi Troy, always a pleasure, my friend. Thanks so much.
Thanks for having me.
All right, short time out. We return with a new case, wondering if indeed under God belongs in the Pledge of Allegiance. And stay with us for Telling It Like It Is later this hour to see if you can answer some tough questions based on the suspension of NFL running back Adrian Peterson. That and so much more coming up right here, where we question everything. This is Midpoint.